Thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, we'll have a look at two very good, interesting electric cars. The brand new 2023 Polestar 2, and we're gonna compare it to 2023 Tesla Model 3. So both are very similar cars, competing cars, a little bit different in equipment. So this is not identical apples to apples comparison in terms of how they look and upgrade packages, but we're gonna check out the interior and exterior and have a look at the size just to see how they are. We'll have a look at the trunks, we'll have a look at the keys and everything else. So this one here is a front wheel drive. It's just the entry level, doesn't have any packages. This one here is rear wheel drive. It's a standard Ranger, and it has upgraded seats, wheels, and color. Now, price-wise, Volvo comes out even after we do all the upgrades on Tesla. Volvo still comes out, or the Polestar still comes out more money than Tesla. So this is actually more expensive than Tesla 3, and let's check out which one's actually better and how they differ. We're gonna start with the interior and then we'll go over the exterior details. And here I am between the two cars. So this is the Polestar, this is Tesla Model 3. Most people have seen the Model 3s, they know what they're all about, so that's why we're gonna start with a Polestar 2. And as we approach the vehicle, we can see that it has a cloth interior, does not have the sunroof in this spec. So this one here is the entry-level Polestar 2, and it doesn't have any packages, because it does offer you a few packages. You can have an all-wheel drive, sunroof, and this and that, but this one here is a base vehicle. So when we look at the vehicle, it does have this electric car vibe, so to speak, with the materials, the doors, how they're like around the speakers here, how they finished off and whatnot. So this one here, same as Tesla, you do not have push button to start the vehicle. Once you're in the vehicle, you're good to go. You can just start the car and you can drive it. So steering wheel, normal looking steering wheel, nothing funny about it. The screen is good size screen, but of course it's smaller than Tesla. So there's nothing really that beats like Tesla's screen and everything else. Now, when it comes to overall design and everything else, the car looks pretty good. It's minimalistic, but it's minimalistic in a little bit different way than Tesla, which we're gonna have a look in a second here. Tesla feels like something totally different for the market. This one here just feels like it's a Volvo product after all. It feels very Volvo like. You have the interior details that are like typical to Volvo and Swedish cars. So the screen is good, very responsive, and you have actually driver's screen and the secondary screen, gear shifter right here. And the funny part is about the cup holders. You only have one cup holder here, and to access the second cup holder you have to flip up this armrest, and then you can have a second cup holder over there. So the car, we'll check it out in a second, but the car feels narrower, feels smaller than Tesla Model 3. And then the way how the cup holders are laid out, it just showcases that that's the case. So for today's sort of like use of the vehicle, everybody goes through their coffee shops and drinks and everything else. I think it's a pretty big deal that you don't have two cup holders side by side. This is not very convenient if you have somebody driving with you to flip this up. What if you have some stuff in there and whatnot? So let's check out the second row very quickly. Normal door handles, don't have Tesla kind door handles. We can see that we're really missing the sunroof, don't have the sunroof. Cloth interior, really nice chrome elements for these air vents right here. And this how the interior looks from from the second row. Now let's have a look at Tesla. So Tesla is what a lot of people are familiar with. So this one has upgraded white seats. We really like that. Look at the sunroof, like it's massive, nice. And as we sit in the vehicle, this is where we can see how Tesla is much different. So you do have this minimalistic design, but it's a very futuristic with super large screen, and the consoles right here. We have lots of storage, two cup holders side by side, way more spacious. We can feel that right away. In that regard, Tesla definitely takes the prize. And this sunroof, let's check it out from the second row. Also, by the way, the door has no frame. Volvo has this massive thick frame, or Polestar. I just keep on calling it Volvo. So there we go. Look at the size of the sunroof. So that feature alone is $1 million, I think, and it's all standard for Tesla. This is how Tesla's, you know, the panel looks pretty cool. I really like that part. Now let's check out how the doors open and close. So on this one here, like I said, you don't have the frame, which is really, really cool. And the door handle opens up like this, versus Volvo, you have, you know, just, or Polestar, you have just regular door handles and very thick frame around it. Overall, if you sit in Polestar versus Tesla, I gotta give the price to Tesla. It just feels more refined, interesting, futuristic, versus Polestar. It feels solid, but kind of like that's about it. You know, you still have cloth interior, no sunroof, and even if you had those options, the way it's laid out, it's just smaller than Tesla. But overall, pretty good car, no doubt about it. Let's have a look at quick visual comparison. We're gonna compare them side by side, front, side, and rear. And here's the front comparison. Just wanted to also show you how the keys are different. So the key on the Model 3 is this plastic card. And of course, you can use your phone as a key for all the like settings and whatnot as well. And this is the key of Polestar. So I don't know why it's so big, but it looks way too big and bulky for modern day standards, I think. But you know, if you don't mind it, that's how it looks. So overall, we gotta say that you know, Polestar looks like a smaller vehicle, especially if we look at the front windshield part. We can see how this is narrower. Tesla is wider, bigger. Polestar has this front part much bigger, massive. It looks like way bigger than Tesla. Tesla has this like a little bit sleek, rounded design, and that's how you know, this part, it looks bigger, massive. But then if we go up, like we can see how Polestar is you know, is a smaller vehicle. One very, very cool feature the Polestar has, if we look at the mirrors, rear view mirror, when you sit inside, it looks like it has no frame. And then when you look in the mirror like this, it looks like no frame rear view mirror, which almost gives you the feeling that this is a digital rear view mirror, versus Tesla has, you know, these like standard typical looking rear view mirrors. So if Tesla would have had something like this, that would look very cool and futuristic. Now let's have a look what's underneath the hood here. And there we go, we just popped the hoods, and let's have a look at the Polestar hood first. So decent amount of you know, space, I would say, for electric cars. Some electric cars don't have any front space at all. There's nothing there. So this one has the charging cable. It's a very big, thick charging cable though. That's why it needs a lot of space to be kept in here. But if we look at the Tesla, we can see how it has more space in the front here. Definitely, if we look at visually, and you know, if we would measure, it would be substantially more, I think. So, and of course the charger itself, Tesla has a thinner charger that takes up less space. So this is what we have underneath the front. Now let's check out the back, and then we'll do the side by side or the side comparison. And this is how the back looks. We can see how, you know, this one has same thing like Polestar, same thing like from the front. The back has a little bit more this bigger, bulkier design, and Tesla Model 3 is a little bit sleeker overall design. I really like this light bar that goes across on Polestar. That looks really, really cool. The back design, I don't mind at all. But again, if we look at Tesla, you can see the glass roof and comes on, you know, kind of in one line with the rear window. And then on Polestar, we have just this rear window that looks fairly small, narrow. And then visually, we can see how, you know, this is a smaller car than the Tesla Model 3. Let's check out the trunk space. Have a look at Tesla. So Tesla trunks are always fairly big, so we can see how we have all this space here, and then if we pop the trunk right here, we also have extra space for storage over there. Oh, with the Polestar, I think we have to use the key, so I'm gonna open that with the key. Where's the trunk? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, now the cool thing about this one here is you can remove this part, and versus on Tesla you can't. So you have a little bit more space for larger items, I guess, if you take it out, and the way how the hatch is opening up versus the Tesla. And let's have a look what's underneath here. So yeah, we do have a good amount of space here. So I'd say trunk wise, there's no disappointment in Polestar at all. Both of course, you know, power close, so that's pretty normal and standard these days. So now real quick side by side comparison on the side view, and that's about it. And let's check out the side view. So we can see they're about the same height. So visually Volvo maybe looks or the Polestar looks a little bit higher, but overall, you know, yeah, even the ground clearance, it looks like it's just a little bit higher up, and this looks like almost like an SUV vibe when you look at it versus a car when you look at the Model 3. But design, we can see how the back part is different, the hatchback, and you know, the length just visually looks like Tesla is longer, and you know, way different kind of like design theme. Overall, I gotta say, I think Tesla just looks overall more kind of like, you know, better overall design than the Polestar. Like, it just seems like something is missing in a back part there. Like the design doesn't go doesn't flow as well, I think. But overall, both are good looking cars. Tesla, you know, we can see how it's a little bit longer, a little bit bigger for like the second, the passenger capacity and whatnot. So, but you know, from this side perspective, they look very, very similar when it comes to size, but we can see that Tesla is a little bit bigger. Both nice looking wheels. I like those wheels as well. On Tesla, these are upgraded wheels. On Polestar, these are standard wheels. So that's how they look. So thank you so much for checking out this Polestar 2 comparison video to a Tesla Model 3. Both very, very good vehicles. Thank you so much for checking out the video. See you next time.